One of the wonders of the world that I had the privilege to visit is the Colosseum in Rome, especially in Italy. The Colosseum or Colosseo is an elliptical amphitheatre in the center of the city of Rome, Italy, just east of the Roman Forum. It is the largest ancient amphitheatre ever built and still the largest standing amphitheatre in the world, despite its age. Construction began under the Emperor Vespasian in the year 72, was completed in 80 Anno Domini under his successor Titus. Further modifications were made during the reign of Domitian. The three emperors who were patrons of work are known the Flavian dynasty. The amphitheatre was named Flavian Amphitheatre. The Colosseum is built of travertine limestone, tuff or volcanic rock, and brick-faced concrete. It could hold an estimated 50 to 80 spectator thousands, various points in its history, having an average audience of some 65,000 people. It was used for the Gladiator. If you watch the movie Gladiator, Russell Crowe in 2000, it was fascinating movie. Talks about the Colosseum. It's a form of entertaining the people of Rome. Contests, public spectacles including animal hunts, executions, reenactments of famous battles, dramas based on Roman mythology, and a briefly mock sea battles. The building ceased to be used for entertainment in the early medieval era. It was later used for such purposes as housing, workshops, quarters for religious order, a fortress, a quarry, and a Christian shrine. Although substantially ruined by the earthquakes and stone robbers taking spolia, the Colosseum is still the renowned symbol of imperial Rome and was listed one of the 7 wonders of the world. It is one of Rome's most popular tourist attractions and also links with the Roman Catholic Church. And it's Good Friday, the Pope leads a Turklet Way of the Cross procession that starts in the area around the Colosseum, and the Colosseum is depicted of the Italian version of the 5-cent euro coin. Originally, the building's Latin name was simply Amphitheatrum or amphitheater, though the modern name Flavian Amphitheatre is often used. There is no evidence it was used by classical antiquity. This name refers to a patronage of the Flavian dynasty, during whose reigns the building was constructed, but the structure is better known as the Colosseum. Romans may have referred the Colosseum by the unofficial Amphitheatrum Caesarium, with Caesarium an adjectively pertaining to Caesar. The name Colosseum is believed to be derived from colossal statue of Nero, one of the emperor in Rome, on the model of Colossus of Rhodes. The giant bronze sculpture of Nero as a solar deity was moved to its position beside the amphitheater by the Emperor Hadrian in 117 and 138. The word Colosseum is a neuter Latin noun formed from the adjective Colossius, meaning gigantic or Colossian. By the year 1000, the Latin name Colosseum had been coined to refer to the amphitheater, the nearby Colossus Solis. The spelling was sometimes altered in a medieval Latin. Colosseum or Colosseum are attested from the 12th and 14th centuries. The 12th century, the structure was recorded as Amphitheatre Colossi or the Amphitheatre of Colossus. In the High Middle Ages, the Flavian amphitheatre is attested to 3rd century Old French, the Middle French as Colosseum by the 16th century, by which the word could apply to any amphitheatre. The earliest citation of the name Colosseum in the early modern English is the 16th translation by Philemon Holland, Orbis Romi, Bartolomeo Marliani, which is preparation of his translation. The text amphitheatre was commonly called Colosseum of Nero's Colossus, which set up in the forts of Nero's house. The site was a flat area on the floor on a low valley between Celian, Esquiline, and Palatine hills, which canalized stream run as well as artificial lake. By the 2nd century BC, the area was densely inhabited, and it was devastated the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD. Although the Colossus was preserved, much of the Domus Aurea was torn down. The lake was filled and the land reused the location of the new Flavian amphitheatre. The Colosseum underwent several radical changes of use. 6th century, as a small chapel had been built into the structure of amphitheatre, did not confer any particular religious significance on the building as a whole. In the modern era, during the 16th and 17th century, church officials sought a productive role for the Colosseum. Pope Sixtus V planned to turn the building into a wool factory to provide employment for Rome's people. The proposal fell with his premature death, and Cardinal Altieri authorized its use of bullfights, a public outcry caused by the idea to be hastily abandoned. In 1749, the Colosseum is generally regarded by Christians as a site of martyrdom of large numbers of believers during the persecution of Christians in the Roman Empire, as the evidenced by church history and tradition. On the other hand, other scholars believe that the majority of the martyrdoms may have occurred in the venues within the city of Rome, rather than the Colosseum, citing lack of still intact physical evidence or historical records. In the Middle Ages, the Colosseum was not regarded as a monument and was used with some modern sources as a quarry, which is to say that stones from Colosseum were taken for the building on the other sacred sites. It's used to support the idea that a time when sites associated with martyrs were highly venerated, the Colosseum was not being treated as a sacred site. Pope Pius V is said to have recommended that pilgrims gather sand from the arena of the Colosseum to serve as a relic, on the grounds that it was impregnated with the blood of martyrs, although some of his contemporaries did not share his conviction. A century later, Fioravanti Martellini listed the Colosseum as the head of the least places sacred in the martyrs in his book Roma ex Ethnica Sacra. Martellini's book evidently had an effect of public opinion in response of Cardinal Alteri's proposal some years to turn Colosseum into a bull ring. Carlo Tomasi published a pamphlet in a protest against he regarded as an act of desecration. The ensuing controversy persuaded Pope Clement X to close Colosseum's external arcades and declare it a sanctuary. At the insistence of St. Leonard and Pope Benedict XV, forbade the quarrying of the Colosseum and erected Station of the Cross around the arena, which remained until 1874. Benedict Joseph Lavry spent later years in the Living Arms, and he died several 19th century popes as Christian cross stands in the Colosseum with a plaque stating, "The amphitheatre one consecrated to triumphs, entertainments, and the impious worship of pagan gods is now dedicated to the sufferings of the martyrs purified from pious superstition." Enjoy. God bless you all.